moving right along to my next guest. He is a friend of mine, actually. We just kind of reconnected after many years. His name is Mr. Mortal. He does a monthly hip-hop showcase and open mic, and it's a really cool event, has a lot of history, and I'd love to talk to him about it. So, Mr. Mortal, please come on out. Hey!
Greetings.
How's it going?
So far, so good.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We have to move over on our tape. Here we go, Marks. So you are a producer and promoter,
Yep.
Kind of the conceptualizer, if you will, of this event called Unity.
Yes.
Which recently made a resurgence. So the event that we have right now is actually like Unity 2.0, if you will.
Yes.
Started a long time ago. Tell me a little bit about when it got started and why you chose to create this event.
So Unity originally kicked off like in late 1999, early 2000, and the idea was that at that time in the hip hop scene, there was all these different crews from like Pawtucket or like Woonsocket or like Seekonk, and they were all amazingly talented artists, but they didn't really work together or jive together or connect. So the idea was to try to get everybody to come out and rock together on one stage under one roof and promote this concept of unity.
And how did that work? Like, did people embrace the idea? Was there any kind of like pushback from
No,
anyone?
it was amazing. We pretty much, so it was at the Met Cafe, which was my favorite venue in Providence. R.I.P.
Yeah, I know. I remember it too.
It was like for the most part, every show was like a sold out event.
Yeah.
For the most part, like, so we were putting around like 300 people, all
That's
fans.
crazy.
Yeah, all fans of artists from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing event. So it was big.
Yeah, it was big. I mean, you can go on the internet right now and see people's blogs and people's kind of like mentions of this event from back in the day. Like, I got my start getting out there. This is how I kind of like emerged on the scene. I'm sure you saw a lot of that with people like, you know, maybe coming in through the open mic and.
I mean, for the most part, like whenever I see certain artists from around like, today, they'll always talk to me about like those days, like that era of Unity, the Met Cafe, the Black Rep, and say that like that stage was probably where they performed for the first time. If not, this is where they met all the people that they now, you know, are a part of. Like the people that they work with now, they met at this event, and that's so. You know, it was a breeding ground of. Is producing, like, it was a place for an artist out then to like shine, but also a place for up and coming artists to come and get exposed, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like, I know it's a little warm. This is like our first really warm day, and here we are.
It's me.
I know, no, I'm
It's
sweating.
me.
I know, this is, don't worry. Yeah, it seemed like a real kind of like hub for this kind of thing, and it lasted for
about
a while.
It lasted for a few years. Like our scene comes and goes in waves. Like, but that was what I believe to be the golden era of the RI hip hop scene, because you had everybody was coming out. Sage Francis, Roulette, like all the big names that were doing stuff at that time. They were there every week, and it was an amazing time to be a fan of hip hop.
And those guys are like legendary on the underground hip hop scene. I mean, like, you know,
absolutely,
people know those names
for sure.
Yeah. So took a little break.
Yes.
From promoting this particular event.
Yeah. I had a child. Well, I didn't have a child. My wife had a child.
That'd be amazing if you did, though.
That'd be a first.
Breaking story.
Yeah. So we had a child. We you know, I try to do the whole adult thing. You know, like have a family, and I did that for about 8 years. So. My baby's 8 years old now. She's almost an adult.
I know, seriously.
Or she acts like an adult.
My baby's 18 months, and I feel like she's almost an adult.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
So, like at home, everything is great. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is a really good time for me to come back out and be creative. You know, 'cause, like it's a passion. You know.
Yeah.
It calls to you at night. You know.
And I feel like the hip hop community here needs it.
For sure. No, I agree. So 8 years ago when I took a break, I felt like that was when like the hip hop scene was was going in a bad path with certain promoters doing things like pay to play, which I'm totally against pay to play.
Yeah.
And I think that things like that really hurt our scene. So it's not, if you look at our scene now, it's not what it should be, because like, Rhode Island is an arts community, and our artists are super talented. So we should be, you know, put on the same like a pedestal as like a New York or an LA, because we are that dope.
Yeah.
But you can't tell because certain players in the scene aren't about the same thing. You know, they aren't going in the same direction.
Yeah, right. So with this new resurgence of this event, what are you seeing now as far as uniting these groups?
So before, when I did Unity, it was more about trying to unite like the different parts of Rhode Island to come together. But this Unity is more about trying to unite the different genres that now exist inside of our culture. We have like the genre that I'm from, like that we kind of represent, that boom bap 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
And then we have this brand new culture out here that's more modern, I guess. And it's an amazing scene, you know. It's a bunch of these young cats coming out and doing like really amazing events. It's not necessarily what I'm into per se.
Yeah.
But they are doing their thing, and like they do certain things that we don't do.
Yeah.
Like when they have a show, everybody comes out, and it's amazing. And maybe because my scene's a little older, and they have jobs and whatever, so they can't come out as often. But this young scene, they really turn out. But I feel like they don't adhere to like the foundations of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to have them come out and incorporate them, trying to unite the older scene and this brand new scene together. So that's one thing we're trying to do with this Unity 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like the young kids can sort of learn from the older guys, and they can kind of, you know, embrace the new up and coming thing that's coming. There's no reason why that can't happen.
Well, I feel like that Rhode Island is in a place now where we can finally end up where we're supposed to be. You know, like back in my heyday, in the golden era, there was no reason why like someone like Chachi or Swan Nadi or Lil Jinsu shouldn't have like become like this huge talent that the whole world knows about.
Right.
You know, like it should have happened, but it didn't. You know, so I feel like we're in a place now. Like, a lot of those obstacles that were there are gone. So this is a good time if we can all come together and unite. There's no reason why we can't put the RI hip hop scene where it should be.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because it is a different day and age. You know, it's like back in '99, 2000, the internet was like
just
kind of new. Yeah, there wasn't all this media outlet now. I mean, like look at us right now.
MySpace.
Yeah, there was MySpace. I still have my MySpace page.
It's there.
It's there?
Yep.
It exists. Oh my goodness.
You can find it.
Yeah, that was basically it. But now, I mean, we have people putting up their own content on YouTube, on all these different places. I mean, everybody has a home studio. I mean, it's basically sort of a DIY culture of putting music out there. And even this event, I mean, your Facebook page is just videos and all this content of everything that's happening, and
content is king.
You can get it exposed to the whole world and still be here.
But I mean, that's a great thing, but it's also a bad thing because everybody can now be an artist. So there's an oversaturation of options out there to who should you listen to. Like before, back in the day, there was always somebody that held the gate. You know, there's always someone that you had to go to their show or whatever and be seen for the rest of the hip hop community to say, yep, that person is dope.
Right.
You know, it was like shows like I always forget their names, but my bad.
That's right.
It was in New York. It was a show that like, you had to be on that show in order to be to be like part of the scene. But now with the internet, everybody can just be a star. So this is a place where, you know, like, that's what we do. Like, we go out and find like, the best of the best.
Yeah.
And we put them on stage. So if you come to the show, you'll see like
the best of like what's happening right now. I was gonna say, you really have your finger on the pulse of what is happening here with music, hip hop. So what is your kind of method for doing that? You just go out a lot and like, go to these clubs around and...
I go to almost every show.
Wow.
I talk to everybody. That's what it's all about. You have to be there. You can't just be at home on the internet. You have to go out into the world, go out to the shows, and not just the shows that you're on the flyer for, but if there's an artist that you like, you should be at their show and support them.
Yeah.
It's all about coming out and supporting everybody so we can all rise together.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about how the show actually works. So you have some portion of it at least is like a showcase of some artists, and then is there still an open mic?
Yep.
Okay, so how does it kind of work?
In theory, we have three to four acts that are already on the flyer, that are on the bill.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the show is an open mic.
Okay.
So even if you're not on the flyer, if you're not a featured artist, you can still come down and be a part of it.
Right.
And have your time on the stage.
Yeah.
And do your thing and hone your craft.
Definitely. And it puts the pressure on you when you're getting up there open mic and there's all these other artists around you. It kind of makes you want to perform at your best, and that's something you can't get in your living room.
Exactly.
Trying it out.
The phrase MC means to move the crowd. So you can't move the crowd if you're at home on YouTube or Facebook.
That's true.
Yeah. But we don't just do MCs. We also have we also involve producers.
Okay.
B-boys, DJs. So we're trying to incorporate all the elements.
All the elements.
The only element we don't have right now is graffiti. So if you're a graffiti artist and you want to get involved, please holler at me.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be really interesting to find a way to incorporate that.
We try to cut, because hip hop is not just rap or MCing. That is probably the easiest element to showcase.
Right.
Because all you need is a mouth. But we try to promote all of hip hop.
Yeah. So for the open mic, is it like a sign up, first come, first serve?
Yep.
Is it kind of like...
If you come early, it's important to come early, because if hip hoppers never come to shows early, it's one of those things.
You gotta be like fashionably late.
But that doesn't work.
Yeah, when you're trying to sign up for an open mic,
so
that's for sure.
If cats come late,
you might
miss out. But
Yeah.
come early, talk to me, sign up, and then and if there's enough time, you can go up 2 times or whatever if there's enough
cool.
time. Yeah. So
Cool.
Yeah.
And as far as the people that you showcase, it's kind of invite only. Like, you are seeking these people out, or do you get submission? How does that work?
Right now, we are out basically going to shows and finding out who we think are fresh, who we think truly represents the culture. I have a partner, Sincere to MC. He does a lot of that work for me, because he's like a young cat that's really immersed in it.
Yeah.
So he's out there on YouTube, finding all these really talented artists that we can invite to our event.
Cool. So let me see here. You have an event coming up.
Yep.
This Saturday.
That's correct.
So it's monthly.
Yes.
Is it every third or every second Saturday, or is it kind of flexible?
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But currently, it's kind of like whatever is available.
Is available.
At the
Okay.
venue.
It's at Firehouse 13.
Yep, Firehouse 13.
Okay, so who do you have kind of on the lineup for this one?
If you don't
Check it
mind.
out.
Yeah. So we have M. Dot from Boston.
Okay.
And Miles Ryan, he's from RI. He's amazing, talented. We got Judah Priest. He's a high-ranking Wu-Tang affiliate. Mr. Meta P, who's also from Rhode Island. We
Okay.
have Project 401. They're a B-boy group from around here. They're absolutely amazing. And my personal favorite, Jada Pina. He's
Okay.
a producer. You know what I'm saying? He's from that golden era of hip hop. During the golden era that I love so much, we all love so much, he was the producer doing all the beats for Chachi and Swanati and Roulette. And so
he has some new artists right now that he's working with.
He's gonna come and basically bring his MPC
Oh,
to the
yeah.
event. He's gonna actually play
live
beats.
production
live
kind of.
beats, yeah.
That's really cool.
It's gonna be amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, cool. So let's see if I can get this info out there. Firehouse 13 in Providence. Doors open at 9. It's 18 plus, $10 cover.
Yep.
Anything else we should know?
It's gonna be live. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's hip hop.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
Great talking to you.
I apologize for being extra awkward here.
You're not at all. You're awesome, actually.
I'm a behind the scenes guy, so this is
well,
not
we got to
in my
put you out there
wheelhouse.
because
Right.
you're doing some cool things
No, I appreciate
for
it. That's
the
beautiful.
community.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.